because I personally believe that there is so much growth and self-development that you go through when climbing a mountain, when hiking. You know, it's you go through of walking 8 to 10 hours a day. The struggles you go through just to go to the toilet, bro. To the toilet.
What's it called? What mountains have you actually hiked?
Girls, listen, bro. Girls just
go through pain, bro. They go
so I've
suffering
got
way better
interesting
than
question
us.
on this one because you've gone with the woman as well as the men. Who are better hikers?
Who are better hikers?
You're different, bro. You've got something against women, man. What is it? You have
He's
to
got
prove
cheap
them wrong.
packages for weak men, right?
He's got cheap packages for weak men.
Yeah,
Get the strong men. Put the prices up, bro. Put the prices up.
You know what it is? I think they've got a point to prove. Like, we're women, we could do this.
That is very true.
I think the shorter she is, the shorter she is,
The shorter she is, the more.
Look,
What would you
women
say?
should be feminine, right? That's what I think.
But what has that got to do with the
Why do we have
hiking?
to be hikers? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is AAA Talks. Welcome.
Man gave the full one, you know. Salam wa
What are you guys saying? This is
Salam.
I'm Sayf, as everyone knows, and we're with
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
You're with the one and only hiker.
Muaz,
bro. What's that T-shirt? You
I'm
got on?
back, bro.
Oh, mashallah, I haven't seen you for a little while, man. Where have you been?
Bro, this is where
It's been a couple of weeks, bro.
Yeah.
Couple of weeks.
And I usually see you every
Trekking,
week for a
one of
coffee
the
or something.
greatest.
This is it, man.
Yeah.
Everest. We did Everest Base Camp for work.
Yeah.
With Sunnah Treks. We had it's the 10-year anniversary of Sunnah Treks. So
Mashallah,
I thought,
mashallah.
what can I do in the 10th year that would just be massive? And yeah, we did Everest Base Camp.
Bro,
It
I'm not
was,
gonna lie. I was watching your stories, helicopters,
That was
Donkeys.
mad, bro.
Drama.
buffaloes.
Yeah, yaks, yeah.
Yeah. What was going on, bro?
Yeah.
Tell us the journey from the get-go.
No, bro. It was totally different to everything I've done before.
No way.
Yeah.
Start us off. How was the hike? It was.
It's a 12-day hike.
12 days.
And the most I've done before is probably Kilimanjaro, which is 6 days.
No way.
This is 12 days. It's like a marathon. It's a
You've done
marathon.
Kilimanjaro a few times as well. I know.
I've done it 4 times.
Yeah, mashallah.
And that's more like a sprint. And there's only one really majorly hard day and night, which is the summit night. But Everest Base Camp is like
Well, you've done a couple of times, right? Or
No,
this is
first time.
No way.
first time,
Well, you
bro.
do-
You know, when people hear base camp, they think it's not that easy, that difficult because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
base,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Compared to Everest, vroom, vroom.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
base is very high up, isn't
It's
it?
still over 5,300 meters above.
5,000. That's bigger than Kilimanjaro, then, yeah.
No, Kilimanjaro is just under 6,000. So 5,900-ish, 5,895. But no, it's
Start
still...
me off. How was the hike? How was the hike?
It's
From the start. Where did you start from? You landed into
So
Nepal
we landed
somewhere.
we went to Nepal, Kathmandu, capital of Nepal, second most polluted city in the world after Delhi.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, go on.
Wow.
That is, you gotta hold your breath when you go there.
Yeah.
Really?
A few of the girls in the group are walking with like a handkerchief over their mouth. No, it's
Is it that dirty?
it's just the air pollution. You could almost
Yeah.
feel it.
Wow.
Yeah, you could feel it.
Is it because it's really humid, or just the people are
It gets humid as well, which makes it worse. But it's just a very. I think the city is surrounded by 2 valleys that holds a lot of just a lot of crap basically, and it's not like a river that. I don't know the details, to be honest.
But generally,
But
like
forget
a
that.
touristic place is always busier in terms of rubbish. No,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
had that
yeah.
as well. Yeah,
trying to give
yeah.
them some excuse to these guys.
But anyway, but then we got a domestic flight to Lukla, which is the starting point. It's known as the most dangerous airport in the world.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of
What
planes.
sort of plane did you go down with? Like
So
a Boeing?
So because of the weather, our plane actually got cancelled, and we ended up. We were going to drive to another place called Ramitsab, and then get a flight from there. Or sorry, what were we gonna do again? Yeah, we're gonna drive there and then get a flight. The guide comes out of nowhere and he's like, Muaz, come here. And I'm like, what's up, Santa? And he goes, get everyone together. I got helicopter. And I was like, what? My guy got us a helicopter for free to take us. But anyway, it was
I
it was
still haven't
crazy.
been on a helicopter. Have you?
No.
Yeah.
It was
It's a
I
different
had,
feeling.
I had my Arnold Schwarzenegger moment.
Yeah.
Get
Was
to
it scary? Was it? I
Get to
don't
the chopper. You don't get the reference?
know. I do. Get to the chopper.
Anyway, and then it was, bro, it was a 12-day trek. It was, alhamdulillah, we were blessed with fantastic weather. It was very sunny throughout the whole thing, most of it. But yeah, man, look, it had its challenges. Number one, no halal food. Number two, the weather was at night was unbelievably cold. Unbelievably cold.
Just to know halal food, that means you were vegetarian for the whole 12 days.
Yeah, I bought some halal beef jerkies
Yeah.
and I was smashing like probably 2 packets a day, so like 140 grams of beef jerky. But by the end of it, wallahi, even now, I look at beef jerky, bro, I feel sick, man. I can't look at it, bro.
Too much of it.
I had to, bro. I'm a meat guy.
This reminds me of something. Remember we done the 3-peak challenge once here?
Yeah.
And you got those little bars, bro.
Those little granola bars.
Granola bars,
Bro,
bro. We had like
I can't-
30 of those, bro.
I haven't had them since. It's been 2 years. Yeah, hey, we were so bro. We should be having like biryani, some pasta, some rice, yeah? And bro, we're just eating granola bars, oat bars. I got
For
sick
how
of-
many days was it?
No, that was our thing
was
was
a
2
day.
days. Yeah,
2 days.
Yeah. But this is 12 days. Wallahi,
But
honestly.
what was the challenge like? You went with a group of, is it 12?
Yeah,
or-
there was 10 of us.
10 of you.
Yeah.
How- I
Girls,
mean-
guys.
There
I mean,
was
you've done a
4
lot,
girls,
yeah.
6 guys. And
how
you're
was
talking
it
like
then? Yeah.
8 to 10 hours of walking every single day, man.
Oh.
For
So-
12 days.
12 days, bro. It's
How was this group compared to other groups that you've taken?
no, they were good. They were solid, man. They were solid. Look, 12 days. You're gonna have to, like, it's different. I can't compare them to groups that have been there for like 2 days, 3 days, because I don't know if those groups that may have been really fun at the time would manage 12 days and still maintain that positivity. These guys are positive from day one all the way to the end. And it takes a
12
lot of,
days
it
of
takes
walking.
a certain temperament. It takes a level of tolerance, consideration for your fellow brothers and sisters. It takes a lot of patience, resilience.
Yes, of course.
It's
yeah.
gruesome, bro.
That's generally with all mountain climbs, but this one's far more difficult than
Obviously,
normal
it's just
ones,
much more time. You know, there'll be times where I'm just walking alone, doing nothing. Alhamdulillah, I managed to download a podcast.
Yeah.
Someone recommended for me to not a podcast, sorry, Audible, a book. I downloaded a book. I was listening to what's it called?
The Quran.
Of course, I was listening to the Quran every minute of the day. No, stuff like that wasn't. I listened to How to Gain Friends.
That's the best book, akhi.
How to Gain Friends and Influence People.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously, someone recommended it, and I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. It was a fantastic read. It wasn't a read. It was a listen.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic listen. But you know what? If we just change some of the words of that book, for example, how to gain friends. We're not really in the market to gain friends, but if it's how to treat people in order to please Allah, you find so many similarities of that book with accordance to the Sunnah, to the Quran and Sunnah. And I actually, when I was out there, because all you have is time, I made a list of all of the similarities. It's fascinating, bro. So, sorry, it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? So, like one of the topics, yeah.
Is that one of the ways you stayed motivated as well throughout the...
It isn't
listening to something...
It isn't to stay motivated. It's just definitely to fill in the boredom because you're alone a lot. You're hiking alone a lot. I'm alone in my own room a lot. So
There's no internet. There's nothing.
no. You want internet? You got to go down to a certain part and pay for it. But you know, to stay motivated is one thing. Maybe I could answer that later. But this book, it was actually honestly, it was fascinating. Like look, I'm gonna go through some of the chapter titles. Right? Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. We learn about this from the Sunnah.
100%.
Yeah.
it's a
Be
British
honest,
sort of
be
thing to do,
honest.
complaints, bro.
Yeah,
Not just
I
complaint procedures
know.
everywhere.
Misery loves company. Give honest and sincere appreciation. Yeah. Become genuinely interested in a person. And it talks about body language and we know obviously the Prophet ﷺ, he would give his
Sallallahu
entire body when he talked to you. You know, he can maintain eye contact. And, you know, there's so much smile. One of the chapters is just about smiling, the impact of smiling with one another. And obviously we know that a smile is obviously
Sunnah,
a sadaqah, a sadaqah or it's charity.
Sadaqah.
Being a good listener, making other people feel important, avoid arguments, respect other people's opinion, admit when wrong. Begin in first impressions, begin in a friendly way. Yeah, and it basically there's so much. I was listening to this book and I was like, oh my god, like alhamdulillah, we have the cheat code.
True.
You know what I mean? All of these self-help books, these self-development books.
But a lot of these books, a lot of these principles are already set in the Quran as stone.
That's what I'm trying to say
for
to
example,
you.
the last ayahs of Surah Furqan, how the believers should be. You shouldn't backbite, you shouldn't gossip.
Yeah. And there's a part there
you should
about speaking less and doing more. The point that I'm saying is so many of these self-help books, I'm there in the middle of a mountain, listen to it, and I'm like, we already know this. Alhamdulillah.
But the real question is, how do you stay motivated and how do you lead a team of 12 for 12 days?
Yeah, 10 people, 12 days. It's
12 days and lead them
Did
and
everyone
motivate
complete it, by
and
the
not
way?
get tired.
9 out of 10 people completed it.
9.
One guy,
One guy.
yeah.
Oh,
Your fellow Bengali.
Yeah, leave us alone. Bro, Bengali recently went to the top, bro.
That was a few years ago, yeah.
Was
Wasn't
it?
recent,
Yeah.
yeah. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I just have to back our peoples there quickly.
No,
You just got agenda against Asian
amazing,
people, bro.
amazing.
I don't know what it is.
Stop attacking
I need to
Asians.
maintain this agenda, bro. I need to stay consistent.
Agenda against Asian, Algerian, Moroccan.
I've got an agenda against everyone, Somalis.
Come on, man.
My favorite people. No, but how do I stay motivated? You know, I always, every day, I always do a different task with my group.
What, climbing the mountain?
Apart from climbing the mountain. And I always start with, what is your why? Why are you doing this? What is your intention behind it? We know that everything in our life should start with intention. Okay, and you could do the same action and get sin with bad intention, and you could do the same action and get good deeds with a good intention. So I always start with, what is your why? What is your intention? Why are you here? And it is fascinating, you know, when people start to open up. You know, one girl was there because her mother passed away a month ago.
Allah bless her.
You know, and she decided to do this. Now, for whatever reason, it doesn't. I'm not going to go and digest why her reason is for her to do that, but that's why she's doing it. Another one was to go and achieve a personal goal. Another one was to go for a fitness challenge. Another one was to go and be alone with herself and the creation of Allah and self-reflect. Sorry.
Self-reflect. Yeah,
And obviously have self-respect. And, you know, the guys, there were 3 guys that came together. They're friends. They've been friends since they were, I think, in primary school, secondary school. And they've come together. Like, how amazing is that for ikhwa? Like, us 3, for our ukhuwa, for our brotherhood, for us to go.
Yeah, I want to go hiking with you, bro.
Yeah. We do a lot of
We've
hikes.
tried it.
My friends are the biggest flops when it comes to hiking.
No, we'll go hiking with you.
He's
So-
more
so-
of the luxury type, chilling
me?
a 5-star.
Not
You know
bro,
what I'm
bro.
saying?
Listen,
Yeah,
you
you've been on a lot of
appreciate
holidays.
you appreciate that 5
We've been on a lot of holidays, right?
Yeah.
We haven't done any 5-star hotels.
Yeah, let's make something very clear. We've never been a 5-star.
We've taken
Muaz,
some
you have
villas.
done some
No,
mad
but-
stuff, bro.
no, but we've taken some villas with
Bringing
swimming
chicken
pools.
on a plane.
Oh, bro. No, but
Muaz is rank.
bro, what are you doing? You're eating from it. Why are you trying it?
I ate it. It tasted good.
Of course it is.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
No, but what I was saying was like, you know, those 5-star resorts, you would appreciate it so much more if you've done it right after going through immense hardship, like
100%.
climbing a mountain.
Yeah.
Like, there is something about climbing a mountain that I personally think, you know, there's a reason why they always mention it in self-help books, in development books, in when they're making an analogy, like, oh my God, that team is 3 goals behind. They've got a mountain to climb, you know, or at work, or to help build a team, you always have this analogy of summiting a mountain. And the reason why is because I personally believe that there is so much growth and self-development that you go through when climbing a mountain, when hiking. You know,
Tell us some of them.
it's
Like
the-
what, you're learning
like
more
the-
about yourself, or
the resilience that you're going through to go through that level of the cold at night, bro. I can't explain to you the amount of hand warmers that I had in my pockets, under my armpit, in my chest, hot water bottle. I'm wearing my jacket. I'm wearing my fleeces, and I've got a sleeping bag liner, and then the sleeping bag with my kufiya, my Palestinian kufiya, wrapped around my face from how cold it is.
Wow.
The struggles you go through of walking 8 to 10 hours a day. The struggles you go through just to go to the toilet, bro. To the toilet. There's no sinks. There's like a big barrel that's been cut open, and then people are just putting you're just putting the luta thing inside, and that's how you wash yourself. Freezing cold water. You don't have access to drinking water. You have to put a purification tablet in there, and then you're drinking a swimming pool. Or you got to pay for boiling water. You know what I mean? And nothing there is free, so
but
you got to pay for
generally
everything.
in life as well, like, you never understand the situation or the comforts you're in without going through some hardship.
Absolutely.
Right?
This is what I'm saying.
So
we
the
made
hardship, this mountain climb is a hardship in itself.
100%. We made a gratitude journal in the WhatsApp group.
Mm-hmm.
And we must have reached about 20 points. And it was just like, it got to the point where, wallahi, some of the points was like oxygen. You know what I mean?
That's
We're so grateful to oxygen.
Yes,
because when your oxygen levels drop, bro, and you're there at night and the guide is testing, measuring everyone's oxygen levels. And when it hits below 60, you're like, yo, I might get a helicopter tomorrow morning.
So how did
it shouldn't be dropping.
How did that actually? Because that was one of the most difficult fears I have on climbing a big mountain like that. I went up Mont Blanc, but I went up one of those little, what are they called again? The cable cars.
Let's just say you hiked, bro. Allow it.
no, I don't like. I'm honest.
No, I'm joking.
So what happened when I got to the top? I felt like I was going to faint because I was at almost 5,000 meters. And I've never been at that level, and the oxygen level was very, very low. And everybody has their different, impacts to that. I think in your group, some people might have suffered as well when they went high.
That's why the guy, our fallen comrade, our Bengali, shout out to Kashim, man. Legend of a guy, wallahi, we love you, man. Well done. You pushed yourself all the way to your limits. And
you sure he was a Pakistani?
Altitude. It was Pakistani, he would have made it, innit? Those guys are bored about it. Nah, I'm joking, Kashif. But, it is what it is, man. It defeated him. It was nothing he could do. Altitude is savage. It picks and chooses whatever it wants. And I've seen some marathon runners not complete a mountain because of altitude. And I've seen chain smokers complete the mountain and altitude never affected them. So people are different. People handle mountains in different ways.
Well, Muaz, when you do when you do a hike after a hike, right? Don't you think don't you feel like it's the same thing over and over again?
You're getting bored of it now, bro.
Yeah. To me, when I travel, for example, I don't look at traveling as an exciting thing because I'm going from one city to another city. It's just buildings to another buildings.
Yeah, but when you're going from building to building,
people get hyped up about travel.
No, bro, I don't get hyped up about traveling.
It's just trending. I want to travel the world.
Bro, the thing is, you literally go from one city to another city. People nowadays are the same. They act the same.
You can find the same food everywhere.
Yeah.
Bro, we found shawarma in Nepal.
No way.
Yeah, what does the thing?
But you couldn't have it because it's haram.
No, it was halal.
Halal?
Yeah, he sourced it. He got the halal meat from Australia.
Oh.
Yeah. It was decent. It was decent.
I'm picturing him getting a whole shawarma on his back from Australia.
No, but that's the thing, which is
in the cabin
traveling back in the days used to interest me. Nowadays, when I travel, it doesn't. I mean, I've enjoyed it when I went to Hong Kong, right? People were different, scenery was different. But after a couple of days, you just get bored of it. It's just the same thing over and over again, right? So it's not the same for you when it comes to hiking.
It's not, even if I'm going to the same mountain every time. Like the most common mountain I've been to is Toubkal in Morocco. I've done it 11 times or 12 times.
Okay.
And then after that, probably Kilimanjaro 4 times, Peru, etc. But Bosnia as well. But honestly, it comes down to your own personal why. Why are you doing this? I love setting goals and achieving them. It drives me. I think it drives you as a man to make goals and then achieve them. And then not just that, but you are now responsible for an entire group of people who are also setting the same goal and who are also looking to achieve the same result. And I'm helping them conquer their mountain. Conquer their physical mountain, but their personal inner mountain. And I think everyone's got their own inner mountain. Everyone wants to conquer something within themselves, okay? And there is nothing like hiking and conquering and summiting mountains there's nothing like that could help put things into perspective. So, for example, I have other goals. If I could... If like let's say, for example, memorizing the Quran, for example, we would all love to memorize the Quran.
100%.
The truth is, if we say to ourselves, I just can't do it because of time, because of this, that's all BS, man.
100%.
All BS, bro. The truth is, bro, I hold myself accountable. If I could climb a mountain for 12 days and go through that torture at times, because it is, then who am I to say I can't memorize a couple of lines every day?
Certain people done it in 30 days, bro.
Some people did it in 30 days.
My teacher did it in 30 days.
But you know what it is? Some people have their ability.
The goals. We all have different goals that we're putting off, that we're procrastinating. But
what's the biggest challenge that you go through when you are climbing those mountains, leading people?
The biggest challenge is dealing with people who fall sick. So we had the first brother.
I'm talking about your inner.
Well, we're going deep, bro, within myself.
Bro. Yes. Because that's the thing, you learn something new every time you go and go on a hike. So what's the biggest challenge that you go through as a person? Because that in itself, bro, mashallah.
I think, it's
you know what I mean?
We didn't prepare to ask this kind of question.
I had to, bro. I had to be on a podcast, bro. Come on.
The biggest, I'd say physically speaking, it was probably dealing with the cold.
In a challenge, bro.
In a challenge, bro. We're not going
in a challenge.
What have you learned from all these hikes, Akhi?
Come on,
you've climbed so many mountains.
You know what? This has been the most difficult one that you've done. What's the inner challenge that you had? The biggest inner challenge? Okay, do one for the youth, bro.
The biggest inner challenge that I had was because this was my first time.
Yeah.
So I usually lead these treks and I run these trips with a lot of experience myself. This was the first time taking a group for their first time, but it's my first time. Yeah? And that's a big deal because I'm learning on the job.
Did they know that it was your first time?
Yeah, of course they knew that. And that's why, by the way, I set the price so low as well. My competitors are charging over $1,000 more than that, okay? But there are times to make money and there are times to gain experience.
Your packages generally are much cheaper than a lot of people, mashallah.
100%.
Okay, well, maybe I need to...
Make sure you check out Sunnah Treks.
Maybe I need to increase that package price because, if the big boss, if the big businessman has said that, then I need to make some changes.
100%.
No, but seriously, like there are times to make money and there are times to gain experience. So I didn't want to make a lot of money on this. It wasn't about the money. It's about gaining personal experience. And the whole group, I only never knew one of the people there. So everyone else I knew because they're returning customers. They've come before.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was about how do I navigate this unknown of running this trip that I've never done before when I'm still learning on the job. So that was a big that was a big challenge for me to overcome. And it probably comes down to confidence, self-esteem.
That was the beginning challenge. While you are on the journey?
What was the most difficult part of the journey?
Yeah, what was the most difficult part?
You could say physically as well. Mentally, did you ever want to say that?
No. Well, he asked mentally. No, mentally. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. There was an element of low self-esteem that I didn't believe in myself as much as I did with other challenges where I've done it before. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, everything. But this was the first time for me.
What was the most difficult part? Like the 8th day, perhaps, or when you're
So that was the kind of mental challenge. The physical challenge, naturally, I think that the 8th day, which is getting to that base camp, was pretty tough on myself, on the group as well. Remember, there is no time
to go up and then 4 days down.
Yeah. There is no time for me to focus on myself. Sometimes I forget to eat. Sometimes I forget to eat, wallahi. Like Kilimanjaro, for example, we're on the summit night. Sick of them. But sometimes I forget to eat because I'm so focused on everyone else.
Yes, of course.
So the challenge is really making sure you're almost like babysitting everyone. Hey, have you drank enough? Have you eaten enough? There's this one girl, man, mashallah, well done, you made it. But boy, she doesn't eat. She doesn't eat. She doesn't eat. I don't think she drinks enough as well. And she definitely doesn't sleep enough. And I always say, if you want to overcome altitude, and that is your biggest challenge, you have to eat right, drink right, and sleep right. Yeah? She didn't do any of them. But mashallah, bro.
How did she make it?
Bro, she soldiered, bro. Girls, listen, bro. Girls just soldier
go through pain, bro. They go suffering way better than us.
Interesting question on this one, because you've gone with the women as well as the men. Who are better hikers?
Who are better hikers?
Yeah. Who wants to go there?
He wants to go there. Who are better hikers? Look, physically speaking, a man could push himself. A man, as we know, obviously is a lot stronger, right?
Is that the case nowadays?
I'd say from a physical point of view, obviously the man is stronger. However, when it comes to high altitude, I have a bit of a theory, which I think is right because I've done this with probably over 1,000 people in 10 years. And my theory is that the bigger you are, man or woman, the harder you're going to cope with altitude. Because the bigger you are, the more muscle you have. The more muscle you have, the more oxygen your body requires. Generally, men are bigger than women.
Doing Peak District
Generally, men are bigger than women. So men suffer from a physical point of view, I believe. By the way, we're talking on the basis that people are in decent shape. They're not overweight. They have a decent level of activity. Like, let's say a man and a woman. A man is 80 kilos, a woman is 60 kilos, and they're in decent shape when you put things into perspective and ratio. But I think a man struggles more if they are bigger. Bigger people struggle more.
That's a bodybuilder with loads of muscle mass.
We've had a bodybuilder on one of my trips.
Oh, you've seen Ant?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we met Ant Middleton, and he agreed with my point. I actually asked him this. I think it was off camera. I asked him this, and he said, "Yeah, you know, I do agree that generally more muscular people will have more oxygen to go around, so they need to move slower in order to acclimatize better." But it was a bit awkward with Ant because I didn't know him that well, and the guys were telling me this guy's he summited Everest, he summited K2, so I was like, "Whoa, this guy's a G, this guy's a legend." I found out he served against our Afghan brothers, and it was a bit it got a bit complicated. So I've never really befriended someone that worked in the British Army. No, I don't want to mention that. Come on, we're in the middle of a mountain, but just obviously as you know, we don't really agree with someone that went out and did that. But putting that to the side, him being somebody who summited Everest and K2, which is a much more technically difficult trek than Everest, it was really good to pick his brain. Whether or not I agree with him being a British soldier or not, it was fascinating to meet someone who summited. But anyway, to answer your question, look, I would say the question of who are the better hikers, men or women, I have to be honest, women are better hikers.
Do you have anything to say to that? Yeah.
You wanna go?
He's a cop out.
So it's like I want to challenge them now.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
They are built to handle pain much better than us.
100%.
Okay, we're talking number one, the menstrual cycle. The fact that they've gone through that every single month is pain in itself. The fact that I think Allah has engineered their body in a way to get them ready to be pregnant, you know, to push a baby out, to then survive on very, very little sleep, whilst doing everything that a new mother would do, or with a newborn baby. Bro, the truth is, man, from a mental point of view, bro, they're just resilient. They don't give up. We had 5 guys.
Muaz, all the episodes so far.
Oh, Everest has changed it. Everest has softened me up. Bro, we had 5 guys that got a helicopter.
The red pill guy, misogynist.
Never ever.
Even got a red top on.
Subscribed. It's maroon pill. I've never subscribed.
I'm a big Tage fan.
Never subscribed to the red pill.
What happened, bro? That's the deep enlightenment he got,
bro. Sorry, bro. It isn't just about this trip. The fact that, you know, 5 guys got on a helicopter.
You're not gonna get as much backlash now, bro.
Yeah,
from the episodes on. From
I don't think we'll get any backlash. I think we'll get more fans now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They change the flip and flop, bro.
Yeah, guys, subscribe. By the way, we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers.
This is the best time to subscribe. Our audience is 70% men, 30% women. Let's now make it 50-50.
Don't hate women.
I said, do you think you will actually go and challenge women right now?
What, on hiking?
Yeah.
Bro, come on, man.
Would you?
Sorry, bro.
I mean, he said it.
You disagree with me?
No, but...
Of course I disagree with you, bro.
Listen, we're actually going to challenge women right now. Okay, you know what? Save.
Men built this world.
Check this out. So if this is a challenge right now, what's the easiest... What's it called? What mountains have you actually hiked so far?
Before I agree with your point,
just to tell you, bro, I have hiked quite a bit, but I started hiking at 16, bro.
So you've done only UK ones?
UK main ones,
I think you should do Kilimanjaro next.
Yeah,
right?
Kilimanjaro.
So you have to prove him wrong.
I had a group.
I have to prove him wrong.
You have to prove him wrong, bro.
That's not going to prove. That's just one man being able to do it.
Let me tell you something, bro. Talking of Kilimanjaro, I had in September 2024 a group of 16 people, 14 women. They all got to the top of Kilimanjaro. Guess what the success rate is of Kilimanjaro? Of that specific route that we did, the Moranga route. 50% success rate.
For the men?
For everyone.
Oh, okay.
And 14 women went to... Bro, that's what I learned, yeah? Oh my God. That's what I said.
You are different, bro. You've got something against women, man. What is it?
What have you got against women, bro? What have you got against my female hikers?
Akhi, I'm just saying what reality is, Akhi.
Physically, I'm telling you the reality. I'm in the game.
He's done it, bro.
I'm the expert in this, bro.
So that's what I'm trying to say. You have to prove him wrong.
He's got cheap packages for weak men, right?
He's got cheap packages for weak men.
Yeah,
for weak men. For
put the prices up, bro. Put the
prices up. Cheap packages for broke men.
That's weak packages.
Obviously they're broke because they're weak.
No. What has the package got to do with men, bro?
Bro, put the price up, get the proper men in, right?
Bro, it's over £1,000, bro.
Come on now. Save, come on now, bro.
Look, I'm not taking your facts as figures to
all
be.
my brothers out there, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I do not subscribe to this.
You know what?
Nah, honestly, bro, like I said, women are built to be more resilient mentally.
To handle pain more.
Bro, they handle pain more, bro. And you know what it is? I think they've got a point to prove. Like, we're women, we could
true.
do this.
That is very true.
I think the shorter she is, the shorter she is,
The shorter she is, the more she's got to prove. Bro,
I'm sorry to say this one. Short women have something to prove.
You know
the
what?
heat is on you now. Raw, that is a statement.
Personal experience?
Habibi, you're like 6'13", bro. So you
Nah, bro.
we need to
May Allah bless them,
get you
bro.
a bigger hoodie, bro.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
look,
this
this is yeah.
May Allah bless them, bro. Amazing sisters.
Honestly, no.
But Sayf,
whatever their reason is,
Yeah.
just from a mental point of view, these sisters, mashallah, they will not give up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And whether there is a point to prove within themselves, a point to prove with other girls or with guys, or to prove they're better than guys, regardless of the reason, they do it. And I was like, wow. And it isn't just with this last group. Like I said, almost every group, I find that women are definitely, bro, they don't give up. So a lot of them would rather die than give up, bro. Yeah. I'm telling you. So anyway, that's my experience. That's my short and long answer for why I
just
think women are better
asked
hikers.
ChatGPT who are better hikers, men or women, and she's come up with there's no simple answer to this, whether men or women are better hikers, but physically men generally have more muscle and greater upper body strength, which can help carrying heavy loads. But women, and these are some of your points you said, women often have better endurance, metabolism and pain tolerance. So that gives them advantage in long distance hiking.
That's what he said.
And you should have asked the question of high altitude as well, because I'd love to know what Shaykhuna Maulana ChatGPT has to say about this.
Come on.
But generally, historically, men have represented outdoor activities more. And so the facts and figures aren't completely correct.
Just ask, what about with high altitude?
What about...
Sayf, everything is letting you down.
With high
This is the research we do in AAA
altitude.
Talks, guys. We do it during the podcast because we bring to you a completely natural setting.
Do you think ChatGPT is female?
No.
Why? What has it said to you? Depends on the answer.
I don't know, bro. There might be a narrative there.
Okay.
How should men and women respond differently?
What's it saying?
At high altitude, men and women respond differently, and again, each has some advantages and disadvantages. Advantages of women: higher pain tolerance and resilience. Women often manage discomfort, prolonged stress. Okay. Lower oxygen demand. Oh, interesting. Due to generally smaller body size and lower muscle mass. Well done, Muaz. Well done.
That's completely my original answer and theory.
So do you still believe men or...
So now that ChatGPT has backed it up, do you believe
still
me?
believe, yeah?
If you got 100 men and 100 women to go up a mountain, I still believe 100 men will make it there.
Okay.
Faster and more of them.
Not, okay.
I think you'll find more women make it to the top.
You think so?
Unfortunately, yes.
Allahumma sta'an. We'll leave
What has happened to us,
Sayf
men?
has
What has happened?
Sayf has got an agenda, bro.
No, there's no
I don't
agenda,
know what
bro.
agenda
It's just,
it is.
some of them are, mashallah,
You're very
bro, women
competitive.
are more
I'm not gonna lie.
qualified, akhi, in a lot of
No, but
fields,
you're very
in everything.
competitive in general.
Women are more qualified than what? What are you talking about? How do we get to women being qualified?
They're doing better. Like one of our episodes we did, they were doing better in everything.
Yeah, but what's this got to do with mountain hiking?
Because now they're trying to prove themselves to be better at that as well.
Wow.
He wants to lock them up. Yeah? Should we lock them up?
Wallahi, I don't. Let's move on to something a little bit more light-hearted, guys.
What's that noise? Oh, man.
Look,
what would you say?
Women should be feminine, right? That's what I think.
But what has that got to do with the
Why do we
hiking?
have to be hikers for, man? Stop hiking, ladies.
Why are we
Why do you have to always?
feminine in hiking?
Well, hiking is actually a good sport for women, bro.
Is it?
100%.
100%. If she could
Would
climb
you
a mountain.
marry a hiker?
If
Why
she
not?
could listen. If
I'm
she
talking to one.
If she could,
Stop, hold on.
if she could climb a mountain,
Yeah.
she could handle a man. Because we
Yeah,
are
there you
mountains. She could conquer a mountain. She could conquer a man. And when I say conquer a man, I don't mean control him and wipe him on the floor. I mean conquer him, meaning be feminine. be feminine. Truly get, if you really want to get what you want with a man, Submit to him. Submit to him. Be obedient to him. Humble yourself to him.
And hiking isn't a feminine attribute, bro.
I'm trying to tell you the qualities that they gain along the way. That's what I'm trying to say.
Gaining by doing a manly job.
I wouldn't say it's a manly job. Yeah. It's definitely not a manly job.
I'm joking.
Women back in the days used to go to wars as well.
Huh?
Women back in the days used to go to wars.
Let's not go there.
Let's hard on men sometimes, but not women.
Let's stay on topic, bro. Let's stay on topic. What would you say is the?
We would just say women should be stuck in the kitchen only.
Kitchen? No, stuff like a man can cook for a woman.
How did
sometimes?
So what is it that
how
women
did
can
Muaz
do?
going to Everest become a conversation of women in the kitchen?
No. Look, subhanallah, bro. It's men.
Wait. I love how when he doesn't know what to say, he just says subhanallah.
I know exactly what. Let's go back into travel, bro.
No. Let's stay on that topic.
Too many times.
We've got 10 minutes. No, let's go.
Have we got 10 minutes?
Yeah, we've got 10 minutes. Let's go.
10 minutes. What are we talking about? Women?
Yeah.
Look, they don't need to be hikers. Traditional roles, there's so many things.
But what's wrong with a woman hiking, Sayf?
There's nothing wrong with it, bro. But to say that... Look,
what's right with it? There's nothing right with it, bro.
Look, each to their own, right?
Too much.
Each to their own.
I said, we're really having a conversation about why women should be hiking or not.
I'm saying that's not a feminine attribute. That's what I said.
Why not?
Why is it not a feminine
It's not
attribute?
a feminine attribute, bro. That's an
What's a
outdoor
feminine
physical activity.
What's wrong
going
with
up a
them
mountain. That's not feminine. Feminine isn't that?
I disagree, bro.
Okay, then we're gonna have to.
A woman wants to stay in
is DIY a feminine attribute?
That's
Building a house, is it a feminine attribute?
totally different. We're talking
I'm
about a
giving
woman
you
going
examples,
out to
though.
a mountain to hike.
Okay, a woman walking and climbing a mountain is different from a woman.
You're
building.
trolling, bro. You're trolling. I know you don't believe what you're saying.
Of course he does.
Bro,
No,
a woman walking, how's that going to impact me? But a woman building, why? Sit down.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Why does she
I've
need to
seen
go and
women
climb
builders,
the
by the way.
mountain, bro?
Listen.
Why can't she just look pretty?
You've seen a woman
I've seen
builder?
women builders.
Nah, where was she from?
I've seen bricklayers. I've seen painters.
Yeah.
I've seen a female
some
scaffolder.
of them,
Yeah.
Some of them, they're great at what they do, right?
Mm.
But that's not generally what you see. You see men normally, what's it called? So in our communities, if you see a woman building...
You know what? Let the audience decide on this,
If you see a woman doing DIY in
Comment
the house,
if you think...
I'll be like, Ukhti, sit down.
No.
You know what I mean?
That's
I'm not gonna-
that's out of the honor we have for them. We don't want them to get tired. You know what I mean? And start fixing things around the house.
Bruv, you said on the last episode that the woman sometimes, you know, she needs to get up in the middle of the
Get
night.
serious, bro.
She needs to get the milk. She needs to do that even after she's just given birth and she can't even move, right? She needs to do that because the guy's going to be burnt out.
I'm talking about physical labor, like building a house,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, but you
I'm not
don't
talking
want
But
about
that has
taking
nothing
tired.
got to do with if a
I
woman's
think-
hiking. There's nothing wrong with it. Let her hike, bro.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it.
She'll
We're
get
saying
some
if it's a feminine
serenity.
attribute, bro. It's
Yahya,
not
I'm with you,
feminine.
bro. I'm with you, Yahya, man. This guy, man.
Come on now.
Safe, man.
Is it a feminine attribute
You're
for
stuck
a
in the
hiker?
Stone Ages, bro. Actually, even in the Stone Ages, women were pretty good mountain hikers.
100%. They needed to be hiking.
They had
needed
to be,
to
but
be.
now we're in a developed world. I
So
think
what
there's cities, there's things like that. Women have...
Bro, if a woman wants to go out to nature and reflect on the creation of Allah and hike and walk through this beautiful earth Allah's made for us, let her be, bro. What's wrong with you?
I didn't say she can't do that. I'm just saying that's not a feminine attribute.
I think it's very feminine.
Bro, okay.
What's feminine then?
Huh?
What's feminine? Yeah, I stood for interview, but I stood interview.
Let's move on to travel because
Let's
the
go.
discussion is
Yeah.
travel.
Do we
Okay?
even have time?
Yeah, we got a few minutes quickly just on travel, and I know we've all travelled quite a bit. Give us a travel story. You can start off.
No. First of all, where is the? I'm not gonna lie. I lost count after probably 30 countries. How many countries I've been to? So I don't know exactly how many countries I've been to. But
let's do best and worst travel experience.
Best and worst. I'll start.
Go on.
I have to say Vietnam.
Vietnam. That's an interesting one. Why?
Was beautiful country. So for me, I base it on number one, nature. Yeah, it was covered in lush green mountains. It was spectacular. The valleys, the rivers, the boat cruise you do, and you see like 100 different little islands. Incredible. And then I base it on the weather. The weather was fantastic. I base it on the people. The people were phenomenal, lovely people. Honestly, may Allah guide them all.
People is a big thing, bro.
Amazing people,
Yeah.
wallahi. And activities was amazing there. Food, I know some people food is like second on their list or first on their list. I don't really Vietnamese food was not great. I have to say, Vietnamese brothers and sisters out there, sorry, your food is not great. I don't want to say awful stuff, but it was not great at all. But alhamdulillah, we went on TripAdvisor, went on Google. We found shawarma places. We found some Lebanese people travel everywhere around the world to open up their shawarma shops, and we found some Pakistani restaurants. So yeah, that was my favorite.
Pakistani places in Vietnam.
Yeah. It was delicious as well.
Again, best Hong Kong, worst Dubai.
Definitely Emirates should be your worst. Everyone.
Worst. Dubai, the worst.
Worst is Dubai.
Dubai is the
Dubai,
worst.
you have to tell me why, bro. Come on,
that's
man.
worst,
Everyone
bro.
loves Dubai now.
Bro,
Everyone's trying to
first of all,
migrate
bro,
there.
Migrate, get out of here, migrate.
Yeah, they're trying to move there, bro. You know that. The statistics don't lie.
Plastic country, bro.
Plastic country.
Plastic country for plastic people.
Isn't so fake.
Hot take.
My favorite place was actually in Europe. It's Andalusia, Granada. Amazing.
Your favorite place in the whole world was South Spain.
Yeah, South Spain, bro.
Doesn't that make you depressed though?
How would it make you depressed?
These were our people that conquered these lands, and they got butchered and raped, and there was a mass murder that took place. That the mosques were changed to churches, and there was bloodshed all over. And
well, now the narrative's changing a little bit. There's new mosques being built there in Granada. There's a massive Muslim population.
Really?
Well, not massive, but quite sizable. And there's a lot there in terms of Moroccan. But I'm talking more in terms of vibe.
I've got no beef with Spanish people. They probably have no idea what happened hundreds of years ago. I'm just saying, for me, it's a depressing feeling to go there and see La ilaha illallah in.
No, I did feel that. I'll tell you where I felt that.
Bro, it's in the walls of churches.
Yeah, I felt that in Cordoba because it was a massive masjid there, and it reminds me of Medina Mosque because the layout of Medina was actually replicated from that in some ways. Yeah. But one of the main reasons was because the vibe, the food, just the history as well, that adds to that, knowing that this was there. But yeah, that would have been one of the best, 100%. Perhaps.
And your worst?
The worst, okay. What would the worst be?
For me, I think Turkey's becoming
Turkey
slowly is becoming worse.
Istanbul's really bad. Recently, I went there.
The attitude towards Arabs, guys, what is going on here, man? And the inflation, the prices of.
I've never liked it, bro.
Guys,
it's become more expensive than London.
I've never liked Turkey.
But anyway, we've run out of time because Sayf decided to bash all the women that climb mountains.
Good stuff,
guys. We're on a road to 2,000 subscribers, man. Help us get there.
78% of our viewers are not subscribed.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Subscribe, guys. Look, we're going to cut it short now. Subscribe, and subscribe. That's it, right?
Sayf said it.
Enough,
Make sure you do it.
Inshallah. All right, we've been AAA Talks.
Comment below. Women can climb mountains.
Like, seriously, guys, be honest about the hiking. Is that a feminine trait? No.
We've been AAA Talks. Signing up, Muaz.
Wa alaikum salam.